when we first met, I asked you a question. We were in Vegas, and I said, hey, we were just sitting there talking, and I said, why do you say money don't solve money problems? And you explained to me, he says, yeah, you can't pay your way out of money trouble.
Yeah.
And that's probably the biggest mistake that I've made in my entire life. You know, I probably got $4 million I gave to friends who I shouldn't have, because, you know, you get all this money and you want your friends to like you, but just giving people money, you just, number one, you become an enabler, but it eventually always ruins your relationship. Because if you give somebody $500,000, the first time you tell them no, they hate you.
You bought a $500,000 enemy. Is what you did.
Yes, but when you told me that, I was already into it deep.
Yeah,
just like all the players, like, yo, man, my family, they drive me crazy. Friends are driving me crazy, and I had to learn a very valuable lesson. I had to learn the word no.
Yeah,
you had to lose a lot of friends and not feel bad about it.
I mean, honestly, I don't feel like I owe anybody, but I mean, I gotta give gratitude to my parents. Like they fought hard, multiple jobs just to, you know, put food on the table and a house over our heads. So like, if you want to use the word oh, yeah, I feel like I owe my parents all the time.
Make sure y'all try to stay out of trouble as much as possible. At the end of the day, everybody got to live their own life. You can't really control. So my job was, I try to help everybody as much as possible, move away from those type of environments, or try to put them in a position where they can better themselves to make a progress and go somewhere. But sometimes they got to make a decision they want to put the work towards the effort, because I'm not going to give you any handouts.
It's more about the respect that somebody should have for you. You know, they got to respect that you did all the sacrificing yourself to get to where you are. And if sometimes those boundaries are kind of crossed a lot of times. So you just have to be well prepared and well advised on how to handle those situations.
I tell kids that come into the league all the time, just learn how to say no, man. You know, regardless of that person, whether how close they are, however they feel, just learn how to tell them no.
You definitely got to look out for the people that looked out for you growing up, and always get back to where you're from. But, you know, it's never enough. But you just try.
If someone was with me during the bad years, I'm a stickler on loyalty, like across the board. Loyalty, relationships, family, whatever is my biggest thing, right? But that also comes with respect, right? You know what I'm doing. I'll set you up a situation. I'll help you, you know, but you have to help yourself. I'm just not going to give you just because, like, you my guy. I'll get you a job. Like, for example, James Harden, perfect example. All his guys in the circle have a corporate gig, whether it's with Adidas, whether it's his youth program, running his youth program, whether you're on the bench as a skills coach for Houston Rockets. That's the way it's done. Like, I'm going to bring you with me. But we're going to structure it, and it's going to be more corporate. We're going to change your life. Like, take that hustle mentality and let's do it the right way. If you want to do it the right way, but don't say I owe you anything. I don't owe anybody. You know, I'm the one spending thousands of hours in these gyms, sweat, blood tears. I'm the one sacrificing parties while you at the parties growing up, living in the gym, breaking in the gym midnight. You and my boy through it, but I'm the one that's doing the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people got to get rid of that shit.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to lose money fast, I'll tell you 3 ways. Record label, restaurant, clothing line.
Okay.
And here's a couple of more for the fine print. Loans.
But they're going to turn it around and make so much money from that loan, though, Jalen.
They're not paying it back.
When do you learn to say no?
You learn to say no when you're about to get into your second contract and you realize you spent your first one.
Really?
Yes.
And that's when you start saying, you know what? I can't do this again. I can't be looking at another contract.
Please don't do it. Because you're telling yourself then, I spent this first contract helping everybody out, including myself. Mm. And you laugh at all of the dumb purchases you made. Mm. And plus, you're older. So you're not going to make the same dumb mistakes that you were making earlier in your career. That's just an absolute fact. And that's why I like the Broke documentary, because it shows people that lost it from their agents. It shows people that lost it because of their parents and divorces and having too many kids.
It's always been tough, though, because I can say yes 100 times. The one time I say no, I'm the worst person in the world. So that's something I'm still going through. Like, I'm not the best person that telling people I have a big heart. So I'm always trying to help people out and put them on a platform to help. So that's one thing, just talking to my assistant, my family, my friends about those type of guys that have to take that next level of being able to say no. And if they can't deal with it, that's just something you have to lose. Because if I'm telling you no one time and you don't want to mess with me no more, you didn't really love me in the first place. So that's something I had to grow and get better at.
People owe whoever they think that they owe based on their experiences. I don't think it's this set thing. A lot of guys have got there really with nothing. A lot of them have got there with a mom or a dad or neither. There's a lot of situations.
It depends on who the people is. Now, if it's somebody that you grew up with, somebody that's been there for you, somebody that's had your back and went through the trenches with you, went through the hard times with you, not necessarily owe them, but those type of people that you want to keep around.
I don't see it like paying it forward or paying it back, or you owe anything to anyone in that way. What I see it is anyone who's been successful has gotten lucky in a lot of different ways. It doesn't matter if you hear someone say, listen, where I come from, and I had no advantages in this and that, and I did put in all the work to get to where I am. Yeah, but other people tried that too and maybe didn't for whatever reason. And a lot of that has to do with luck. And so you should be aware of that, no question about it.
Take a chapter out of LeBron's book of life, where all his close friends that he grew up with or whatever that are still in his life, like they're just not around. Like they have sustainable income and investments and things intertwining where they're running businesses for him, film companies, real estate, runners maybe managing him, and went to school for it and like crossed the T's and dot the I's on it. You know what I mean? So it's like just the days of like having an entourage that's not monetizing not only for itself but for you is like it's like ingredients for an appetite for destruction. You know what I'm saying? And to affect your brand long term or your pockets.
I feel like you owe people who helped you get to the point you are today to an extent. I feel like you just own loyalty and never forget where you came from. But as far as money and things like that, nobody made you get in the gym and work hard every day and told you was gonna make millions of dollars. You did that on your own. So at the end of the day, you owe yourself.
To me, I don't owe nobody. I only owe one person, and that's my mom. That's the one that put me on this earth. She's been my best friend. There's times when she didn't pay the light bill so I can go play AAU tournament. So that's the only person I feel like that I owe.
I hate the fact that people try to attach currency to love. Like if you gave me love, there's not a check for loving me.
Nah, man. That's one thing I'm kind of realizing and kind of getting to understand with starting to make a little bit of money now is you don't owe anybody. Certain people put you in a position to succeed. Some people say they put you in that position to succeed. Some people had nothing to do with it. At the end of the day, you put the work in. You spent them time in the gym. You sacrifice friends. You sacrifice relationships. So, I mean, yeah, my mother and father did a lot for me, and that's probably about the only two people I owe. But other than that, I feel I don't owe anybody. I put this work in myself.
It was crazy. Like, it was so much going on at one time. The interesting thing is when we pray for success, we don't pray for jealousy. We don't pray for envy. We don't pray for entitlement. And we can't have those things without success. And that's just what changes the relationships around you from the start. Because I wanted everybody to come with me because we went on the road. By the time we got for the tour, I said I can do whatever I want as long as I keep working.
I feel like and what you're saying that like if you watch any artist, specifically hip hop artists over the years, their entourage is always gets smaller over time. Like it never fails.
So it's delicate because you'll have, some guys and a whole bunch of people will be around them that might not actually be their friends but want something from them. And at the same time, guys want to give back to their communities and where they came from.
I don't think I owe anyone, to be honest, because nobody wasn't, bringing me to the gym. I was going to the gym myself, so I feel as though, the only person I owe is my mother. That's all I think I owe.
For who I owe, I feel like and what I mean by I owe it to them to be what they wanted me to be. There's no dollar amount attached to who I become.
So owe them? No, I wouldn't say think you owe them, but I do think that people tend to keep people around because of the relationships that they establish and the relationships that they have, and the trust that they have and the loyalty.
What are some of the challenges that the money brings? People always say more money, more problems, but I don't have that much money, so I can't believe that's true. I can't believe that's true. That is not true. It is not more money, more problems. It's got to be more money, less problems. But what are some of the challenges now that people in your life know that you've got some money in the bank? You get hit up. Like, how's it work?
It usually starts with your family, close family. They feel like they deserve something that you earned. I have 2 great parents at home, so they kind of understand that, they were just being great parents, and now I'm going to take care of them out of my choice, not because I have to. You know what I'm saying? So, and just learn how to say no. I had a lot of friends they're not friends anymore just because of the amount of money I make now. So, it's life, and I find out who's really there for me, who's really not.
This young man is preaching the gospel. Wow.
I never felt like I owe anybody anything, because at the end of the day, I was out there. I'm the one who put the work in. I'm the one who sacrificed, my body and my time, and I went out there, put the work in to try to make something happen for myself. As far as giving somebody, I always wanted to give to my family and my close friends, for sure. My mother, definitely, for everything she sacrificed for me to be able to be where I was at. And she could have got anything she wanted. If I had it, she had it. So, and the guys that you grew up with, that you close with, that came up with you from a young age, y'all always build a brotherhood, so you always keep them around as well.
Anybody else, it's like, when you get to this level, it's like, dang, if I didn't change that diaper when you was little, you wouldn't have made it. It'd be stuff like that, and it's like, it doesn't work like that. I don't owe anybody. Like, I put the hard work in. Like, guys wasn't in the gym when I was in there late at night or early in the morning to achieve the things that I achieved. But, parents first and foremost, I feel like I always got to give to them because they laid the foundation.